Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday, and welcome to the Week 13 of the 2006 Oakland Raiders season. We are in Week 13, I guess what I just said. We're going against Denver this week. We're coming off of we are in a rough losing streak at the moment. This is the time to snap out of it because it's a battle for second place, maybe a share of first if the Chargers were to lose. This is a very, very important game, like maybe the big test of the whole season up to this point. And like I said, we were on a losing streak where we risk falling into being on the outside looking in. If we are to lose this game, let's do a skip, and we will see, no divisional games, but prior to ours. Well, the Jacksonville technically is in our division for some reason in this ROM, but they are not in the playoff picture. All right, let's hope. Again, let's just take a quick look at our injury. I think that, yeah, Jordan's the one and only guy that's still hurt. And he's back. All right, all hands on deck. This might be the sign, the omen, what we need right now to get back going again. All right, let's get it. I was hanging back there for a second just in case he broke that tackle. Hey, the drones got him tied up, and there were more drones coming. I would have been redundant if I joined into that. All right, I was really hoping for a pick there. I could feel it coming my way. All for naught, but hey, incomplete pass is an incomplete pass. All right, one more down. It's a little bit more than we wanted to give up, but... Shit, I'm way behind. Makes that catch, really? I guess he had a little bit of a step on him, but still. Come on! He should not have gotten around everybody and had me there who I got knocked on my ass get up and be the last line of defense there. It was a goddamn blitz. Should not give up 6 yards on that play, and we were lucky that it was only 6. Alright, better on that one. 3rd and 2. Oh, I got wrapped up in and everybody took a bad angle, well, except for the last guy. Last line of defense there. I didn't want to... I was trying to get around the blocker, so I cut it back inside. I felt like if I ran closer to him, I was going to get sucked up into the engagement of the block. Like, right there again, exactly the same thing. And that exact same play. So I can't be doing that. We didn't give up a quick play, big-ass run. We gave up, a long, sustaining drive. Which is, I don't know, it's more frustrating, I guess, because it's just lasting longer. You're consistently being beaten down and pushed and moved around and all that shit. But, there's just something about giving up an explosive play, one play, and that's it. And, just like, what the fuck was I supposed to do there? Alright, nice little 4-yard pickup there for Jordan on his, return carry. I don't want to feed him like way too much because I've seen it happen too many times where like a guy will get hurt shortly after coming back. And I don't know if that's coincidence or if, like, there is a a chance, an increased chance. Meanwhile, we get a nice fucking run there from Jordan on the to get to the red zone. Oh, I was afraid of that. That it was gonna be too much. Yeah, man, he was on his own too. Yeah, getting close. Alright. First and goal. Some more room up here. And it closed up in pretty much short order. Fuck! They knew that one was coming. Ugh. Break that tackle, come on. Ugh. Tried as I might. It wasn't gonna happen. Alright, let's just get some points on the board here. It's tough. Why am I in the black jerseys on the graphics, but white jerseys on the field? Usually that's in sync, you know? It's not like there's just the one batch of graphics. I don't know. It's really the least of my concerns right now. Alright, I call the split backs play. I don't think it's going to be it, though. No, that was... Now, even their worst plays that they've run so far are, like, for a few yards. You know, it's like they're moving the ball on every play. And I'm not getting much speed. Come on, Asamoah. Dive. Oh, they dove. They did what I said. Ugh. Rod Smith was one of the greats, but, you know. You gotta do your job out there. Regardless of who it is your opponent is. Alright, we need to get into the bloody end zone on this drive. Nice little first down. There's still a lot of time. We don't have to score immediately. Everybody's covered. Let's get out of bounds. Stop the clock. Don't get your quarterback hurt. You know, the basics. Alright, that was a nice broken tackle. There we go. I didn't want to wait too long for that play to develop. It's Randy Moss! I forgot that he's out there. Shit. I forgot to change the fucking... the lineups. Well... Alright, I'll change him as soon as... Fuck. I know that it's like what, somebody might be thinking, why would I not want Randy Moss out there? It's the 2006 Raiders. They sucked. Having one of the better receivers on the... Even though they had one of the better receivers on the team, he did not give a shit. And he basically was not really out there. His talent was not out there. It was just a shell of him was out there and playing for this team. So I figured, like, I'd be cheesing the game a little bit, and it defeats the purpose of playing as one of the worst teams of all time by, you know, having this CPU version of him, which isn't the complete lazy fuck that he was. Prima donna prick. Anyway, I'm not too, like, broken up. Obviously, I got a touchdown. That's nice. But the way I look at it, I mean, he was open. It had nothing to do with his skill level. If that would have been anybody else, maybe the diving catch part of it helps. That part of it helped. But he was open because the coverage was not there. It wasn't because he made this great contested catch in coverage. So we'll put Porter back out there.
Ready, down, put. Ready, down, put.
Fuck.
Ready, down, put.
And that time, it didn't work out. Come on, don't let him get more yardage. Get him. Take him down. That was not good. Interceptions plagued us last week. Absolutely plagued us. And we're back at it again.
Ready, down, put.
Alright, I did not make the tackle there, but I got in his way, which led to the drones closing in. Alright, guy, I call the split back. It's not it. It's a fucking run. Alright. Held him to 3, which is, not bad considering the field position they started with. Shank that shit. Yes. Alright. So we take over, not where we had the ball, but, and not even close to where we... Well, actually, it's actually where we had it, not where they had it. Originally.
Ready, down, put.
Man, that linebacker just flew in there. He fucking flew.
Ready, down, put.
All right.
Ready, down, put.
Goosh. Literally, that could have been intentional grounding if that were real. The way he just threw it directly into the ground while he was getting hit. Yeah, there was a receiver in the vicinity, but he was clearly trying to avoid the sack.
Ready, down, put.
Alright, big third down here. Alright, see, Porter can make diving catches too. He was the Moss was open that one time, and Porter was open that time. Actually, Brooks missed the corner end zone that one time too. Oh, I ran into a brick wall. I got around the blitz, but ended up running into the wall.
Ready, down, put.
All right, nice first down. Now, again, this part of the field has been a problem for us. We gave up a fourth down situation in here. We were in the goal to go. Ah.
Ready, down, put.
All right, Brooks has to take it in himself. I wasn't, even though Porter was by himself over there, I hate those passes into the corner end zone when they're by themselves, or I mean, really at all. But when they're in the when they stop in the back, it's like almost a 95% chance that the ball is just gonna go out of bounds when you throw it to them. It doesn't hit them directly. They have to catch it in stride.
Ready, down, put,
Especially if you're that close. Yes! I did not expect that. Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 with a touchdown. I didn't expect that haven't even fully processed it. I have not been able to really react to it. It doesn't feel like we have a 10-point lead right now. All right, let's not give up anything quick. You know, they don't really seem to have, you know, like the crazy bomb passes. They matriculate the ball down the field pretty well, which is fine. You can do that all goddamn day. You know, and you know, I would say hopefully take all goddamn day doing it. That would be fine too.
ready, down, put.
Blitz. Got him. All right, here's your ball game.
Ready, down, put.
Safety, nice. Kirk Morrison and the Doors with a very, you know, it wasn't, I don't know if it was how clutch it was, because, like, you know, we're up 10 and it was late, but just like a really nice time to
Ready, down, put.
pull that off right there.
Ready, down, put.
Just let that tick.
Ready, down, put.
I don't want to give it to Jordan. I don't want to throw it. I'll just get it to Crockett up the middle. We'll try a long field goal. Of course, like I said, let the time tick as much as possible. Squeezed it through. And technically it's a 3-score game now. Because there aren't any 2-point conversions in Tecmo.
Ready, down, put.
Coverage has definitely been a lot better the second half. The defense in general has been much better the second half. Oh, I got popcorn by my own guy.
Ready, down, put. Ready, down, put.
And a nice batting of the ball down to cap it off. That 19-point fourth quarter. We did much better in the second and fourth quarter than anything else as far as points went. 118 rushing yards, 140. No, they had 140 passing. We didn't throw the ball that well. Brooks only connected on 50% of his passes for only 65 yards and a pick. But then that interception, thankfully, the defense bailed them out, held them to a field goal attempt, which they missed. And, you know, things started to turn from there. I think that we, despite the fact that we didn't score in the, like, right away when we got the ball to start the second half, like, try and get that double dip, you know, the defense certainly tightened up, and that fumble was huge. It was absolutely massive because You know, they're driving to try to take the lead on that last drive. And then the defense would swarm them on those last few plays too, capping it all off. End of story. So let's simulate the rest of the week, see what happens. Particularly the, oh, that's right. The Chargers are off. I forgot about that. Oh no, they played the. I can't believe I missed it. They played the goddamn St. Louis Rams. So I didn't even see what happened there. I'm like, oh yeah, nobody's playing anything that was important. Turned out that the Chargers did play and they won, so we're a game behind them. But the win was huge because it puts us at the top of the wild card bracket. The Chargers are, the Broncos are actually second right now. So, you know, if we had lost, we would be in their spot. We'd still be in pretty good shape because, like, there was a lot of other, losses going on. But, like, the division would be very much out of reach, more or less. It would be tough to at least get it down. Anyway, simulate the rest of it. We still got Chiefs. They're playing their game. Yeah, I completely glossed over that Charger game was before us. I was like, no, nothing else that's important is coming up before us. Chiefs won, by the way. All right, so that was a huge win. And we got Buffalo next week. For some reason or another, we're playing them twice. This ROM is fucking whack. They're one of 3 7-5 teams in the East. So, and then with the Chiefs winning too, they're in that same mix. So never mind what I said about how we would definitely be the second wild card team because like all these other teams still had to play, and we'd be in a tie with them. So somebody would be the odd man out, either Tennessee or the Broncos. No, it would because the Bills and Raiders would be the first 2 wild cards. Well, actually, that's assuming that Denver and Buffalo's tiebreak isn't. Buffalo's got 100 point. Not 100 point. They have a 10-point plus differential. Denver's is much higher. So actually, Denver would surpass them. We would surpass them too. But it's tight enough that these tiebreakers can change over the course of the next few weeks, and who knows who's gonna be tied with who by the time we get to that point. But 4 more weeks left. That means we're at the 3-quarter mark, which means let's take a look at the league leaders. Passing. This is by rating, first run through. And Brooks is way at the bottom. Second only to Air McNair and his Baltimore year, or Baltimore era. He was only there for a few years. Yards, I'm imagining... 1204. Look, see everybody down here at the bottom has more yards than we do. Yep, Walter is actually there, just behind Brooks. Brooks is out of all the 28 starting quarterbacks, he's at the bottom. Well, Brooks is at the bottom. Yeah, and Walter trails him by 1,100 yards because he hardly played. Receiving, in terms of reception amount, Crockett. Now, no way you would ever see Zach Crockett number 6 in the league leaders of receptions, but I like that little dump off pass. Not really a dump off; it's just like it's a short pass down the middle. That I like to try to get the. It has not worked that well this season. A lot of it's been coverage, and a lot of it's been drops. But that play has not really been my bread and butter like it usually is when I want like a nice little just get possession and see if I can get some yards out of it. It's high percentage. It has not been high percentage from me this year. And I don't have anybody in the receiving department. Lamont is 25th in rushing. He's been hurt. Let's see how his average is. Yeah, so he's not exactly lighting the world on fire here. He just does what he needs to do. Leckler, of course, is at the top of the punting. I'm always punting it so much further than anybody else. Nothing doing in the sack department, of course. Yeah, average is the default stat for kickoff returns. Might as well be. You know, it's. I guess that makes sense. Vargas with 12.1 out of 19 returns, so that's not a small sample size. He's gotten plenty of kickoffs. Even though he's had to step into the running back one role for a few weeks. Lee is at the way at the bottom at 4.8. Well, he's tied with Jennings for what that is worth. I'll tell you what it's worth, 4.8 yards. I don't think I missed anybody. We don't get a shit ton of interceptions. We get them, but, you know. And yeah, nobody in the scoring department is leading that way. Oh well. It's nice to get a win. It's really nice to get a win. But the Buffalo game is big because both of us are, trying to get into the playoffs here and trying to jockey for position if we, have to deal with the other teams surrounding us in the wild card situation. But that'll do it for this week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.